I don't know that we're actually going to have time for this, but Spence, are you there?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, we've got like 3 minutes, I think. I apologize that we didn't get... All right.
Whatever.
That's outstanding. So the note here, just so you know, because I knew we weren't going to actually get time to do this by the time I saw it, it was presuppositional apologetics. If God could reveal truth to us in a way we could understand, could we trust it? I want to get the host to admit there's a God. And so while that has nothing to do with what the guy actually screamed in the phone, if God could reveal truth to us in a way we could understand it, could we trust it? Now, this kind of goes to the question that I've been asked over and over again is, what would it take for you to believe?
Right.
And I used to give answers like, writing in the sky that was simultaneously understandable, comprehensible to people of different languages and stuff like that. But I realized very quickly that, or maybe a little slowly, that this would be a very arrogant position to hold, that I am sufficiently knowledgeable that I have some way to detect what would actually qualify as a God from what is just amazingly super powerful alien technology type thing.
Sure.
There's, the sufficiently advanced technologies indistinguishable from magic.
Right.
It would be arrogant of me to presume that I could not be fooled by something godlike into thinking that it was actually a God.
Yeah.
But the answer that I gave was, if there is a God, by definition, or by the common definition of what a God is and capable of, and any God worth the title, would definitely know what it would take to convince me, and would be capable of doing so. Now, we can kind of pick nits about, yes, you're still using your brain and your senses and all these other things, but I'm saying that if there is a God, that God should be able to convince me.
An all-knowing being would know what it would take.
Yeah, I mean,
and so it's entirely then incumbent upon him to provide that information if he chooses.
And if I was fooled, given those criteria, then whatever I was fooled by is sufficiently godlike to probably qualify as a god anyway.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing. Let's say amazingly advanced aliens land on Earth. Hi, we're aliens, and we're amazingly advanced. And they have technology beyond our wildest dreams. They can even revive the dead. They can resurrect dead people. They can make us immortal. They can cure all disease. They can do anything. Would it be appropriate for us to worship them? Are they gods?
Well, I wouldn't worship anything, including,
but I mean, what's the difference?
An actual god.
I was thinking about that. Like, what's the difference between a god and just some amazingly advanced being that can just do things that to you are magical?
Yeah, it's one thing to recognize it.
Other than how you choose to feel about them, right? So,
yeah, this idea of worship is one that people ask me what it would take. Somebody asked me on the show, what would it take to make you a Christian again? And I gave the answer that I pretty much just gave. And actually that was false now that I think about it, because that would be sufficient for me to believe that the Christian God is real. That's not enough to actually make me a Christian again. It would take considerably more than that to convince me that following that God or revering that God is justified. And this idea of worship is one that I kind of reject out of hand. Any God worthy of worship doesn't need it or want it.
Yeah.
And the ones that do aren't. And so...
Was it Hitchens who compared heaven to just like living in North Korea where all you do all day is praise the dear leader? It's like, that's no fun. Yeah.